Alright, guys. I hope you guys are able to hear me or see me. It's okay.
Yes, we can see.
All right, good. So, very good morning to all. And first of all, I wish you a very happy Dhanteras to you all, right? Because uh, today is Dhanteras, so it's a very great day to start this SD-WAN session. So, I wish you a very happy Dhanteras, and I wish also on this Dhanteras you get a lot of opportunity. Like in coming future after this Diwali, you're going to get a lot of job changes and all. So, this is my all the best from my side, right? And also in advance, I would like to wish happy Diwali to you all. So that's because probably tomorrow we are not going to connect. We'll see, but probably most of the people are going to be on leave. So I wish you very happy Diwali in advance. All right, guys. Thank you so much. All right. So let's start our session. Today we are going to talk more about that SD-WAN deployment strategy. So we'll try to understand how we can deploy SD-WAN step by step, right? So this is what we are going to understand today. So in last session, we just have a basic understanding what is the different kind of the advantage of the SD-WAN, how SD-WAN is going to be deployed, and how this SD-WAN is going to be overcome the problem of the legacy WAN. So I hope you guys have a good understanding on that. In case if you have any doubt, please feel free to ask. I will help you to clarify on that as well. But today, most important, we are going to talk, right? More about, let's suppose you are a designer, you are the implementer for the SD-WAN. So how strategically you can design the SD-WAN network and what are the method we have. So ये सारी चीज़ हम बात करेंगे. Guys, please mute yourself and we'll try to make this session Hindi and English both. In case if you have any doubt, please feel free to ask. So I will try to more speak in English, but in case if you have any doubt, let me know. I'll speak in Hindi as well, and I'll just make the clarification on that. So the key idea, let's suppose we are going to deploy any SD-WAN. So we have to understand what are the strategy available to deploy this SD-WAN. And if I talk about the strategy, means the method by using that SD-WAN deployment, we can deploy a very good SD-WAN solutions. So very first thing, when I talk about the strategy, you can see that. Let me see, like there are the deployment options like service management and multi-tenancy. So we have to understand what are the deployment option available in the market and what is the service management post deployment, how this is going to manage the controller and how we are going to manage our end-to-end fabric. And in case of the multi-tenancy, let's suppose I want to use my SD-WAN deployment for the multi-tenancy mode. So we have to understand what is a multi-tenance, right? Please mute guys yourself. Let me mute. So we have to understand that feature also, how this multi-tenancy is going to be happen. So first we will discuss what are the deployment options available. All right. So if I talk about deployment options, so we have the three deployment options. First is we have the cloud delivered by Cisco. Means you don't have to do anything. Directly, you just have to take the services from Cisco and use the cloud infrastructure of the Cisco. And you can just deploy whatever you want to deploy, the Cisco. Means what I mean, there are the controllers. I will discuss what are the controllers. Controllers is going to be your manager. It is going to be your validator. And also it is going to be your controller. This is the Catalyst SD-WAN solutions. But if you talk about the Cisco SD-WAN or Viptela SD-WAN, this is going to be your vManage. And this is going to be your vSmart. And this is going to be your vBond. So if I want to deploy these all solutions, then one solution is very popular that is going to deliver by the Cisco, that cloud delivered by Cisco. Means you just have to take the subscriptions of these controllers and this can be deployed in the Cisco environment. And this is quite popular. And if you're going to do this, a lot of complexity you are going to be avoid for your network design and implementation for the Cisco SD-WAN. Second one, there is a solution for the partner clouds, partner delivered. So this is again for the cloud-based solutions. It's not like on-premises solution again, but this is purely Cisco Cloud, and Cisco have the partnership for different vendors. Take an example, might be the GoINet itself having the partnership with the Cisco because we have the data centers. So if we have the proper agreement, legal agreement with the Cisco, and we are going to meet all compliances for the Cisco, probably we are going to partner. And if you have the requirement to deploy the Cisco SD-WAN controllers, you can use the GoINet data center to deploy that. If we have that much kind of the standard to meet the Cisco requirement. Similarly, in global market, if you're going to search that, there are a lot of partners. Partner means business partners. That business partner is going to host the cloud services for the Cisco customers. Might be it is going to be a little bit cheaper. Some parameters are not going to be up to mark for the Cisco because Cisco is a brand and their costing is going to be a little bit higher. But partner is going to just offload, and sometimes Cisco have a lot of kind of the work, so they are not going to do every work by themselves. Let's suppose take an example. Maruti is building the Maruti car, but it's not going to manufacture every parts. They use some kind of vendors. Somebody is preparing the tire, somebody is preparing the steering, somebody is preparing the gear system, somebody preparing the windshield, right? So and car body. So that is how it is going to be happen. So that Cisco is basically a company that can leverage their cloud solution to deploy these controllers, but they also have the partners like might be the SCL, might be the Wipro, might be you can take the AT&T, other company entity. Those can also host that kind of a data center, and then you can deploy that controllers. So I think आप लोगों को समझ में आ गया होगा. That's also right. So this is how it is going to be happen, the deployment. Now the third options we have the on premises. Let's suppose you don't want to deploy these solutions in the partners or might be the cloud. You don't want to deploy. So I can use my on private DC, means on premises. And on premises again I go and deploy the vManage, right? I can deploy the vBond and I can deploy the vSmart. This all is going to be possible. ये सारी चीजें मैं deploy कर सकता हूँ. So इसमें क्या होगा? You have to manage everything by yourself. You don't have to any dependency on third party. Means whatever you want to deploy, you have to bring the server. You have to bring the servers, and under servers you just have to manage the resources. Means how many RAM is going to require, right? How many SSD is going to be required? How many CPU is going to require? How much power is going to be required, right? Also you have to maintain the cooling also. Means that all overall management is going to happen for these servers. And under this server you can deploy this vManage, vBond and vSmart services. We'll discuss what is these devices vManage, vBond, vSmarted. But in overall, you just have to deploy in your private data center, and that all is going to manage by you only. Means there is no other vendors available to manage. So in our lab environment, means when you're going to go, when you guys going to do the labs, we have the same deployment. Means GoINet have their own data centers, and this GoINet data center, you guys are going to get a labs. So there are the servers. Let's suppose there is a server Dell or HP. We have the servers Dell or HP. Under Dell and HP, we have the deployment of the vManage. Okay, we have deployment of the vSmart and we have deployment of the vBond. And these all are going to make a topology internally with the virtual LAN, that is known as the virtual VLAN and virtual switch. These are going to make the connectivity, and then they further going to connect to the different transport to make the different branch connectivity. We'll see how it is going to happen. But this is the overall design if I talk about that SD-WAN solution. So we have the three options overall. I can deploy my controllers in my public cloud, that is hosted by Cisco. Again, that's a partner cloud as well. It could be the Azure, it could be the AWS, and it could be the GCP. Even you have the any third party companies who is hosting the partnership with the Cisco, that is also going to deploy that same solutions. Clear? Any doubt, guys? I hope it's clear, right?
Yeah, sir,
Okay.
your mic. Hello, सर
यस।
वन रिक्वेस्ट, ये माइक थोड़ा नीचे या तो स्क्रीन थोड़ा ऊपर कर लीजिए ना, तो नीचे का दिखाई देगा
अच्छा,
वीडियो।
माइक नहीं दिखा रहा आपको? होल्ड ऑन,
हाँ,
होल्ड ऑन, होल्ड ऑन, होल्ड ऑन। नाउ इट्स फाइन,
या
क्लियर?
इट्स फाइन, परफेक्ट परफेक्ट।
Okay, thanks, Vinay. Now, if you go for the any cloud deployment, what's the benefits you are going to get? So cloud is basically, especially this is a marketing term. You guys don't have to be think a lot about it, but being a senior resource, if you're going to plan your career as a network security architect, if you're going to plan your career as a network consultant, cyber security, network security consultant, principal solution architect, you should have this kind of the statistics in your mind. Means always it is going to be simple and scalable. High availability means you are going to get uptime of the controllers, it's going to be 99.95% uptime, right? They are also giving the DCDR scenario, right? And also secure and compliance, it is going to be there, and also flexible and agility means it is going to very simple. You don't have to do anything. You just take the space, plug and play, and your controller are going to be hosted in the cloud infrastructures. Same time, it is going to be always up. You don't have to worry about the power and all because they have the very robust power system available in a overall system in data centers. So they are going to give the high availability, and also they are very flexible. They can support the single tenant, multi-tenant deployment, whatever you want. Single tenant is going to be quite costly, multi-tenant is going to be a little bit low cost. And customer onboarding, this is the most important, guys. This customer onboarding is going to happen within 30 seconds, sorry, 30 minutes. Means whenever you plan to deploy the SD-WAN, within 30 minutes you can ready to the controllers. That's another flexibility and agility they have. And secure and compliance means per customer isolation. It is not going to be one customer data is going to be exchanged to other customer. It is not going to be happen. And controlled access is going to be there and hosted on the SOC 2 compliant cloud. Means it is like the as per the government regulations, international standards, that is going to be maintained. So whenever you go for the Cisco cloud or any partner based cloud, right, it is going to be similar kind of the solutions, but partner is just going to manage by some third party partners, but it's also they are going to maintain the similar kind of the solution. Means it is going to be give the entire end to end delivery, very fast delivery, but it's not managed by Cisco. There's a third party company which is going to manage your all kind of the hosting. But on premises, when you're going to do the on premises, means everything managed by yourself. Means your IT staff, you're going to deploy your data center managed by your IT staff. So it might be going to take little bit hiccups, but it is also going to be give the very secure, because some companies like any financial insurance company, government sector, they not host their services on the cloud base. They basically try to host their services on the on premises because they want to maintain the data integrity, data confidentiality. Even they don't want to take any risk to share any kind of the information out of the company. So that's the reasons we require this kind of deployment as well, because it's little bit costly, but it is going to very secure as a deployment. Clear? So self deploy is going to be happen by the organization, hosted in the private data centers, customer owned co-location facilities. Organization is responsible for the infrastructure, health, and the scaling. That everything is going to be done by the your organization. Customer IT staff is responsible for the any kind of the solution and WAN operations. That all is going to maintain by your customers. That is the your self deployment IT staffs. And if I talk about service management is more about the day-to-day operations like operation service management, business service system, operation service system, business service system, and that network service orchestration. That is like how Cisco is giving the management, how the connectivity is going to be happen. That's all it's going to be mentioned here. That's unrelevant. That is uh, not very relevant. But talk about the multi-tenancy and single tenancy. What is the multi-tenancy? That's thing you have to understand. So Cisco, when deploy the solutions, they give the single tenancy solution as well. Means if you want to deploy the vManage, let's suppose this is my vManage. This vManage can be used for the one single customer. Means if you are the one customer, you can use this vManage, but you have to bear all cost. It might be deploy on the cloud, Cisco cloud, or might be the Cisco partner. Any scenario, you just have to use a single tenant. Means single tenant means you have to manage everything. So everything you're just going to manage. So it is going to be higher cost. But if you talk about the multi-tenants means you are going to use the shared infrastructures. Means how shared infrastructure is going to happen? Let me explain. Hold on. So you can just think about that. Tenant means you're just going to get an idea what is tenant. Tenant is, let's suppose, this is the one big room. Okay. You guys must have seen the PG, paying guest, right? If you are going to take this big room, then you have to pay higher rent. Pay high rent. Because this all area is going to occupied by you. Means single exit entry, this is the gate. You might be enter and exit from the house or room, but you have to pay more rent. But what is the benefits is going to happen? If entire area is going to be very private, what activity you're doing, to whom you're talking, where you're putting your belongings, that's only going to belong to you. But in case you want to divide this room in the multiple part and you put the multiple cots here, right? Actually, it's not going to divide. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Why? Okay, let it be. It's not going to be divided completely. It is just we put the 4 beds in the PG. The whole area is single, right? But it is going to be used by the 4 persons. So might be your rent is going to be lesser. Means it's a shared systems. Shared paying guest. So cost is going to be, your rent is going to be low. So if your rent is going to be low, then one thing is going to be compromise your privacy. Means whatever activity you're doing here, might be this your neighbor is going to watch, and this neighbor is going to watch, this neighbor is going to watch. Whatever you're talking on the phones, might be your family, friends, your office boss, your colleagues, that all is going to be listened by your neighbors because it's shared system. So this is the risk, right? The cost I can save, but end is I'm just compromising with the my privacy. Same thing if I talk about the like tenancy in Cisco SD-WAN. If I talk about tenancy, tenancy is nothing. Whenever we talk about tenancy, means single tenants or multi tenants. Single tenants means everything is going to manage by just one customer. But if I use the multi tenants, means my resources is going to be dedicated to the different customer. Like see, this is the one resources you can think about, and this resource is dedicated to the one customer A. This resource is dedicated for the another customer, that's the customer B. That is known as the dedicated tenancy. Single tenancy means dedicated tenancy, all control elements are dedicated to the specific customer for the deployment. It is not going to share. Supported in all deployment modes. You can deploy in the cloud based solutions, partner based solution, and on premises. Also, VPN can be used for segregate application based traffic. We'll see how it is going to happen. But this is a single tenants, means all resources, whatever the cloud we have, this might be, it is your vSmart, this is going to be vManage, and this is going to be vBond. This all is going to be one customer. This is going to be vSmart, this is going to be vBond, and this is the vManage. This all is going to belong to the one customer. This is how my dedicated tenancy is going to be there. So did you guys understand कि tenancy का मतलब क्या होता है? Any doubt till here? Come on, if any questions still here, because you're going to be always confused कि tenancy का मतलब क्या होता है. Still we are not talking the core SD-WAN. हम अभी fundamental की बात कर रहे हैं. But if you have any questions, please let me know. Okay, so this is a single tenants, right? But if I talk about the like VPN based tenancy, there is another customer, that's the VPN based tenancy. But before VPN tenancy, let me explain the multi tenancy. Multi tenancy is, let's suppose these resources we have, right? This is my single vManage, single vSmart. This is the vSmart, this is the vManage, this is the vBond. Is this single? It's like to be multiple customer is going to use the same resources. Means customer A, customer B is going to use the same resources for different configurations, different communications. So you can see here full enterprise multi-tenancy, vBond and vManage and the vSmarts across the customer are going to be shared. Means you can put some partial dedications for customer A and customer B, but it is going to be vManage going to be multi-tenants, vSmart is going to be single tenant. This also an option available. Even you want to do the VPN based tenancy, means you want to make the shared system VPN tenancy. That means your customers are going to be shared this infrastructures, right? That's the controller, and based on the controller you can resourcing the VPN 1 for the tenant 1, VPN 2 for tenant 2, VPN 3 for might be tenant C, anything. So we can do the tenancy based on the hardware or software infrastructures. There is no hardware. This is the basically based on the complete software, means a virtual infrastructure. But in the virtual, you can like segregate A, B, C, D. That's a different customer is going to be use the resources. And when the customer is going to use the resources, they have the different VPN also that is going to be allocated for different customers. That is the basically known as the VPN tenancy with the multi-tenancy architecture. So we'll see later on how it is going to happen. And if I go final one, you can see this is the enterprise tenancy where again I have the flexibility. I can use the different vSmart, vManage, vBond, and these are going to be again work as a shared infrastructure for the complete my controller based segregation. At the same, I can use for the VPN based segregations. Clear till here? Any doubt, guys? Let me know. If any questions, please let me know. All good till here?
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now let's talk something very important. Hold on. I will ask few questions before I explain something. Let me use which pen. Okay. In Cisco SD-WAN or Viptela SD-WAN, we have the two set of the devices. One is going to be controllers and one is going to be your vManage. Now, if I talk about the vManage, that is going to be your routers, okay, which is going to be used at the customer end. But when I talk about the controllers, these are going to be your devices. That is, the first is going to be your vManage, right? Second is going to be your vBond, and third is going to be your vSmart. Let me vSmart. This is known as your controller. This is known as the validator, and this is going to be manager. Okay. Now, this is the controllers. When I talk the controllers, every device have the different roles, different role and responsibility. But why the different name? I'll explain. Routers can be your Cisco thousands B Catalyst. You can also find Cisco Catalyst 8000 routers, right? You are going to find 1000 CSR thousands V, right? This is also going to be there. Also, you are going to find vEdge thousands. We are going to find vEdge 2000s. You're going to find vEdge 5000s. And also you are going to find ISR 4000 series router, right? It is might be not available, but you're going to find ASR router, you're going to find 1000 series application, and also you're going to find CT series router. So these are the routers. It can be used for your branch locations. For different branch locations, you're going to use a different routers. Now, if I talk about the controllers in Cisco SD-WAN, now you guys know why I am using the vManage and vManager. Anyone can let me know why I use? Because we discussed this all. Why vBond, why validator, why vSmart, why controller? Can someone
Sir,
tell me?
we manage used for configuration, sir.
Sorry?
Centralized configuration, sir. We need to
No. Why the
configure.
name are different? Sometime vManage, sometime manager, sometime vBond, sometime validator, sometime vSmart, sometime controller. Why it is like that?
vManage consists of the policy and framework. vBond is the validator who is actually helping to validate
No. I
the
understand,
onboarding.
Vinayak ji. I understand. The question is कि ये नाम अलग अलग क्यों है? मतलब
That
vManage को
is
vManager क्यों लिख रखा मैंने?
that is because Viptela and Cisco SD-WAN.
Yes. So basically the whole idea was when just recapping it कि सबसे पहले हमारे पास that was the Viptela, right? Viptela SD-WAN was there, and when Viptela SD-WAN was there, then these controllers are known as the vManage, right? vSmart and vBond. Then it's become the second flavor, the Cisco SD-WAN. Okay. This Cisco SD-WAN again the same name, vBand, the vManage, vSmart, and vBond. The third evolution was happen, that was the Catalyst SD-WAN. And in this, they changed the name. The vManage become the manager, the vBond become the validator, and this vSmart become the controller. Clear? So that's why I put the name here. This is clear to everyone. Why vManage? So if someone is going to ask what is a manager, you should know it's the same name of the vManage. If someone is going to say what is basically you are talking about the validator, you understand this is the same name, vBond. What is the controller? Same name of the vSmart. So I hope this is clear to everyone. Any doubt till here, guys? Yes, no, maybe. Please let me
No.
know.
No.
Yes.
Okay,
No.
done. Now, very important. When I talk to controller, can I get the physical device of these controllers? Can I get the physical device?
No.
What do you guys think?
The
So
virtual device.
it is server.
Virtual.
Yes. So basically, there is no hardware has been manufactured by the Cisco, Viptela, or might be Cisco is the primary now a name, no Viptela, for this controller. It's always going to be your VM-based deployment. Means virtual deployment. It can be deployed in any cloud-based infrastructures. It can be deployed, it's on premises, right? Means on data centers, or might be it is going to deploy in the private cloud. It's a public cloud. So all three solutions available, but there is no hardwares. This can be always virtuals. And how this is going to deploy? This is going to deploy based on the servers you are going to purchase. So you need to purchase a server, bigger server. Let me show you something. Hold on. So if I go here and if I little bit go down, I'll talk this all, but here you see that. The controllers, this can be deployed on the on premises, but you can just purchase the servers like ESXi, KVMs, and under this physical server, you just have to build the VMs. And under VMs, you deploy this vBond, vManage, vSmart. That all is going to be happen as a virtual. There is no physical device. This can be also deployed. You can see this can be hosted. You guys see here. This can be hosted and can be deployed in the AWS Azure as well. This is also possible. This is your on-premises. This is can be Azure and AWS, even the Cisco base. But these devices are never going to be your hardware devices. It's always going to be virtual devices. But when I talk about the routers, let me back to the again my note. If I talk to the routers, these routers can be your hardware or it can be your virtual. This both combination is going to be there. Clear? Means this Cisco 1000V is the hard virtual, right? This Catalyst is going to be hardware. CSR is virtual. And one more thing, we have the vEdge cloud. We'll see that all labs. So this vEdge cloud is going to be virtual, but this vEdge is your physical, this physical, this physical, this physical, this physical, this physical, this physical. So not this physical, this one, Catalyst 8000V. So these routers are going to be there, and this can be your physical, this can be your hardware. You can see here. If I am in the VS 1000 and VS 2000 routers, they are the physical router. It is going to look like this way. Okay. And they have some kind of the specification, how many RU you to take. Sridhar, anything you asking?
No, sir. Just
Okay.
noise, sir. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. So you can see here the vEdge is going to be there, and this is going to VS 2000 is going to be there. You are going to get some kind of the ports like one RU, the rack space, standard rank mountable. You can get 8 GSAP, which is going to support maximum 1 GPS. TPM chip is going to be installed. What is TPM chip? We are going to discuss it. And also we have the QS. It is going to support the USB port, dual power supply, and low power consumptions. It is going to again dual power supply, redundant fan it is going to give, and they are going to give two 10G port as well. So this router have the 10G ports available, but here is no 10G port, only 1G port available. So this is a data set, and again we have the smaller router available for the VS100, VS100M, VS100MW. This is going to be there. This can be your virtual. So these are the physical devices all, and this can be also used as a virtual device. So you can see this is my on premises. I want to deploy under my data centers. It is possible. So in our lab scenario, we are going to use this entire same architecture to the lab. This is the complete is going to be happen. Means I'm going to use this entire in my lab. Means whatever I'm saying here, this is going to use in my lab. So the cloud based deployment is going to happen, but that is our private cloud, and that is going to be deployed in our hosted data centers. Yes, Vikas. Sorry, Vikas.
Yeah, hi sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, my query is I just joined your class, but I am on another field. I am working in RAN field. So can I learn SD-WAN directly, or need to go for basic CCNA CCNP course first?
You don't have in CCNA CCNP, Vikas.
No, sir.
No. So I would suggest you just start with the basics, then come to SD-WAN. Okay. At
Yeah,
least CCNA should be there. Then you can learn only SD-WAN, and it is going to be good understandable. Else it is going to be very problem.
okay. I just work on RAN with IP RAN.
Mm-hmm.
Some part of IP is available, just like OSPF, MPLS, and BGP are available. So I work on that as a L1 engineer. So that's why my query is, if basics I know that, so we can go for
Okay,
SD-WAN.
I will discuss one to one after this session. Will it fine? I'll take your some insights, how much knowledge you have, then I can guide in better way. Okay, because
Yeah, okay. Thank you, sir.
okay, so we'll discuss later. Let's first focus on the session. Stay here. We'll discuss in the last.
Oh,
Okay. So this can be deployed in the your cloud-based virtual infrastructure, or even you want to host it in the any cloud-based solution. It is also going to be possible. You can do that. So now you guys clear how we can deploy the basic SD-WAN in the cloud base, and also we can deploy in the any on premises, and how it is going to support in the hardware and how it is going to support the virtuals. Any doubt, please let me know. Else I'll move to the next.
Yes, sir. I have question regarding you said that we can host it in on-prem on virtual machine or any server. So it could be possible that we can install on different server, or it should be on single server, all these components.
That's a very good questions. Let me draw it, okay? So let me clear this. All right. So how it is going to be happen? I will show you the live demo also. So first of all, let's suppose you need to purchase the servers. These servers might be going to from the HP, or might be you are going to purchase these servers from Dell. Clear? They are the quite popular, or some other vendor also. These servers have some specification. Might be you are going to be required 256 GB RAM. That's a good server. Okay. And you're going to require at least 48 core. That's going to be CPU, and it is going to be thread almost 96. And also you're going to get SSD, let's suppose 4 terabyte SSD. So if you have this server capability, you have to understand one vManage how much resources is going to be take. Okay. So one vManage is going to take your, let's suppose one vManage is going to take a resource. It's a 16 GB RAM. Okay. And it is going to take 4 vCPU and 100 GB SSD. This is the one vManage, right? And similarly, if you're going for the vSmart, it is going to just take 4 GB RAM. I have to check exactly dataset, what is the latest one. But let's suppose 4 GB RAM is going to be 4 GB RAM is going to be there for the vSmart, and 2 vCPU, and let's suppose 25 GB SSD. Similarly, you are going to get for the vBond also. So now you see your server have the very high capability. Your server is having a very high capability. This server have the very high memory, very RAM and all. So you can make almost how much? Almost 20 vManage you can deploy in the same server. That is server 1. So you can just divide 256 into 16. How much it is going to happen? Can someone tell me? It's going to be
16.
16, right? 16 plus, right? So 16 vManage you can just deploy in this particular one server. So technically we do not, if I have the 2 vManage, I can deploy 2 vManage very easily here. vManage 1 and vManage 2 that I can deploy. I can deploy very easily 2 vSmart as well here. vSmart 1 and vSmart 2. I can deploy probably 2 vBond also. vBond 1 and vBond 2. But I will not do this deployment. Why? If this server is going to be crash, then what is going to happen? I am making the redundancy. If one vManage is going to down, my another vManage is going to take a role. This is what I want to make here. But if this vManage is going to down, then okay, that is going to take my role. If this vSmart is going down, this is going to take a role. If this vBond is going down, this is going to take a role. This is what I have designed. But if my whole server is going down, then what is going to happen? I lose all redundancy. So the best case design is you always take a 2 servers, because servers you have the more capacity. But you use the 2 servers, and one server is going to be hosted in one locations, one is going to be another locations. Might be it is in your India, and this might be the USA. And you making that, how we can do that? One let me do that. I'm just going to deploy here. My one vManage is going to be there. One vSmart is going to be there. One vBond is going to be there. That is the 1, 1, 1. But this is my primary. This is my primary locations. And this is my backup locations. Means you can think about this is my DC and this is my DR. Make sense? And here I use the another vManage 2, vBond 2 and the vSmart 2. So in case of this data center is going to fail, any device is getting fail, this is going to, your branches are going to make the redundancy on other locations, and based on that they are going to make the communication. So the question was, means I can deploy all control in a single server or require the more servers. The answer is you can deploy in all control in a single server, but problem is going to be single point of failure. If my one server is going to be dead, everything is going to be dead. My whole topology is going to be dead. But if I use the 2 different location, 3 different locations, if one location is going to be down, at least my services is going to run in the other locations. Clear? Is it answer your query? Who asked that?
Yes, sir. Yes, Java.
Pankaj,
Yes, yes.
I have one more question.
Yes,
Can we deploy vManager on one server, vBond on another server, and
Yes.
vSmart on another server?
Yes, that's also possible. We can do that also. So now the third design options, the Vijay sir is asking that the split brain deployment. Split brain deployment means whatever we have the controller, split controller deployment, we have to deploy in the different. So let me do that. Let's suppose this is my server 1. This is my S1, right? This is my S2. This is my S3. Now, the S1 I want to deploy my vManage. S2 I want to deploy in my vSmart. And this I want to deploy as a vBond. Now, the question is this all servers going to locate in same locations? Or is it going to be in distributed locations? Vijayji, what do you think? What is your mind saying? You want to deployment in the same location or different location? All three are different.
Sometime in same location, sometime in different.
Okay, let it the same location. If they are in the same locations, then what is going to happen? These all server have the physical NICs. Okay.
Right.
All server have the physical NICs. Okay. These all NICs going to be connect your switch 1. Clear? Might be we can put all server in the same VLAN. Okay?
Yes.
And this is going to be my dot 3. And these all port are going to be VLAN 10. Clear?
Clear.
So we can make the communications. They are in the same locations, but
Yes.
they are going to be used for the different kind of the VLAN for the ports that is going to terminate from the NIC to the servers, and they are going to be mapped with the VMs. VM are going to be inside of the servers.
Yes.
They are different in VM where my vManage is going to be hosted. This is a VM 1. This VM 1. This is going to be VM 1. This is going to connect with the NIC with your virtual switch, and there is the virtual NIC as well, right? Virtual switch, virtual NIC, there is going to be there. vNIC is going to be there. Similarly, here is going to be there, and then it is going to map the VLAN. So you have to do if you have the knowledge about the virtualizations, how it is going to happen in the ESXi or other platform, you can do it easily without any problem. So this is how it is going to happen for the server deployment for any kind of your same location deployment. If this location, it's clear?
Yes, clear.
Okay. If this is not in the same location, then how it is going to be happen? Let's suppose they are in the different locations, different subnet, then how it is going to happen? So probably you have to connect with the public IP address. Means all NIC require the dedicated public IP. It might be, it is going to be 123.10.10.1, right? And this is going to be connect with the your ISP directly. Might be in between switch we have, and this is going to be another public IP address like 122.10.10.1. This is again going to be connect with the ISP. Okay, and this is the third ISP. This might be going to be 11.11.10.1. So these are public IP address. Take an example. So, and they are the different locations. You've taken the ISP circuits and you're terminating these to all to the NIC via the switch, via the any networking method. But these all ISP are going to be part of the internet. So they, if they have the all public IP address, can they make the reachability from here to here, here to here? We can make,
Yes,
na?
yes.
By creating the any underlay communications. Might be I can do via the static route, or might be I can do the BGP route based communication. They can make the communication, then it is going to be happen. Clear?
Yes.
So this is the way we can put the distributed. Might be this is the Delhi, this is might be the Mumbai, and this is might be the Chennai. But still they are going to talk to each other. Clear?
Okay. Which is recommended one?
Recommended is just put all control in same locations.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, you make the DC-DR means the recommended solution is going to this way. Let's say we are talking the recommended solutions. So recommended solution like generally we have the APAC region. Okay, we have the EMEA region. Okay, and we have the USA region, right? So for APAC we create the one location. Let's suppose in Singapore, right? You create the vManage, vBond, and the vSmart here. In EMEA, let's suppose you take the any Frankfurt, right? FR data centers, or you can just give that again vManage, vSmart, and vBond. And the USA, you can take a Dallas. Okay, this is going to be your vSmart, vBond, and vManage. So if all USA based sites, they are going to primarily connect to the my USA
Right.
controller. If this is going to fail, you might be make the backup EMEA, right? If EMEA is going to fail, then the tertiary is going to be APAC. Similarly, for the EMEA, the primary is going to be USA. Backup is means if this is going to be fail, then it is going to land to the APAC. APAC is going to be might be the backup is EMEA. If EMEA having a problem, then failure is going to happen to the USA. So the controller are going to be same locations in any data centers, but this is how you can do the inter-region based communications and failover. Clear?
Clear.
Okay, good. So,
Sir, one query.
What about
See,
the virtual pool? Should be in the same virtual pool, manage, smart, and controller. Is there anything we have to consider that?
yeah, we just have to, because we are going to deploy this like virtual environment, you have to put the same VLANs, same kind of the ports, virtual port you have to allocate. VM under the, you have to do the virtual networking. And if you have the virtual networking knowledge, then only you can do that.
Okay,
If you
and
don't
what
know,
about the iOS in these three? It should be the same version, vManage, Bond, and
yes, this is recommended, should be same version.
okay.
All SD-WAN device should have the same version. That's the recommendation. Even you are going to be different version, it is going to work. But controller should have the same versions. Branches you might be go for the different version, but not recommended. You just use the same version for the good stability.
Okay,
We'll discuss later.
okay, thanks.
sir, one question. This will it support the hypervisor also? Microsoft?
Yes. Every vendor support the this deployment. Just the device need to have the deployment capability of the VM files. That is going to support. But end of the day, this is the OVA file, na? Or you can go to the KVM file, OVA file. This is going to just deploy. Okay, so now back to the
Supplementary question.
Javed, any questions?
Yes, Sublime. If our any on-prem or on-cloud, this vManage and everything could be disconnected with our production environment, is there any impact in the real-time services?
Yeah, there is impact, but not immediately. There is an impact. I will talk. If
Oh,
my controller is going to be down, means vManage is going to down, then what is the impact is going to happen? If my vSmart is going to down, then what impact is going to happen? If my vBond is going to down, then what is impact is going to happen? So every controller have the different impact. All three are going to down, then what is going to be impact? That we all going to discuss later on.
sure,
Okay, I will do that all things, right?
sure.
Okay, so let me further move to the new thing. Now we understand what is the controllers. Now let's talk about the role of the controllers. It's very important. Let me go here. Okay, so I believe this one is clear to everyone, right? Means any traditional routers, when I talk about traditional routers, that traditional routers have the control plane, they have the data plane, and then the management plane. Means we discussed, right? Means router itself have the all three planes available. But in SD-WAN, it is going to be in distributed format. Means somewhere you are going to put the control plane, somewhere you are going to put a data plane, and somewhere you are going to put the management plane. So this is a totally different architecture is going to happen if you're going to compare with the legacy WAN, right? So let me explain how this is going to be look like. So this is my overall architectures. In this architecture, you guys see here, right? My vBond is one device. vManage is one device. vSmart is going to be one device, and vEdge is going to be another device. Also, you're going to find the cEdge. And new terminology you're going to known as this is as a vManage. So if I'm going to use the term vManage, if I'm going to use the term vEdge, if I'm going to use the term cEdge, that meaning is going to be same. That is going to my edge devices. If I'm going to use the term controller, that is going to represent vSmart. If I'm going to use a term that is the manager, it is going to represent vManage. And this is the validator. So you don't be confused. If someone is going to even ask these questions, you should be able to answer that without any hiccups. And you should know that. This is very important. Now you can see there are multiple planes. Earlier I was talking about these three all planes as a controllers. Means I was talking as a controllers. But to be honest, these controllers are further classified into three format. One is your orchestration plane, one is the management plane, one is the control planes. So the pure controller is going to be your this vSmart. This is going to be act as a pure controller. This management plane is again part of the controller that is going to act as your vManage. This is your management plane. And the orchestration plane is going to be your vBond. And data plane, that is going to be your actual routers. This is going to be your cEdge or vEdge. So if I try to understand what my data plane is going to be do that. So my data plane is actually going to connect my actual end devices via the switch. So if this PC want to communicate to, let's suppose, another PC in the another branch, this is another switch, and there is another PC connected here, PC2. If these two want to talk, can they directly talk? Yes, definitely they can directly talk. But before they talk, they have to consult with the brain. And where is the brain? These are the brains. These brains are going to be allowed whether you are actually allowed to talk or you are not allowed to talk. These brain are going to decide. So the first brain, that is the vBond. What is a vBond? vBond, I'll explain in very detail, but let me explain the like in short in layman language so you guys understand. vBond is the one kind of device. This is going to be responsible for onboarding and whitelisting or make sure you are the right person to join the fabric. What does mean? Let's suppose take an example. You supposed to join any company. You're supposed to join any company. That the company must have to issue the offer letters. You have the offer letter, that's enough. And once you reaching to the joining day of the company, you first go on the company receptions. The security guards, security persons are going to be do basic questions checks with you. Why you coming, to whom you want to meet, show me your ID card. You will show that all. They know you are the candidate who is going to join the company, but still they will not allow because they have to follow some rule and regulations. Then your HR is going to ask, means HR is going to call and she will like carry you in some separate meeting room and she will validate your all documents, or might be there is a document joining process is going to be happening in different onboarding area. So you just have to prove your all identity, means I am the Pankaj, I have this my PAN card, I have this my Aadhaar card, this is my passport, this is my offer letter, this is my mark sheet, and that HR person is going to validate all things. And once she validated, she welcome in the company. If any document is fail and you unable to show, probably she will ask you to just bring those document or your joining is going to be delayed. So you have to prove your identity. If you are not going to prove your identity, they will not allow to join the company. Same way, in case of the SD-WAN, any device want to talk to any other devices. Means they want to join the fabric. What is a fabric? Means SD-WAN topology. If they want to join the SD-WAN topology, they must have to prove their identity. And that identity check is going to happen via the Mr. James Bond, which is the vBond. And this is known as the validator. So this is acting as a company HR. Means if you want to talk to any devices, first you have to come to me. And once you come to me, I will be responsible and I will checker. I'll make sure you are the right person or not. If you are going to pass my decisions or pass my checks, then only I will introduce about the vManage or might be the vSmart or might be other branch location. Got it? The role of the vBond, that's the going to orchestrate, means right user, right thing, not right user, right device, right certificate, and if they have the right license, then only they are going to allow to talk in fabric. Clear? We'll discuss in more detail later on, but at least till now you clear about the vBond responsibility. Any doubt anyone have?
No.
Clear, no? Okay. Now the vManage. vManage is your network management system. You can see here. Network management system means if you want to do any configurations of your routing, of your policy, of your template, any other troubleshooting, whatever you want to do, that means configurations, you want to do the troubleshooting, you want to do any kind of the monitoring, that all is going to happen on the vManage. Means this is the dashboard where without vManage you cannot do any configuration, you cannot do any troubleshooting, you cannot bring any reports, monitoring data. So that's vManage is going to do each and everything for you. Clear? So this can support your single tenant and multi-tenant. Same thing, what is single tenant, multi-tenant? I explained prior to this particular slide. Means when we start a session, I start with the single tenants and multi-tenants only. Now the third and the most important, the control plane. This is your manager. This is your controller. Means you can do the validations here. Validations. You can do the management from here. But if you want to do the routings, if you want to do the routing is basically done by the vSmart. Means entire routing part, fabric routing, that all is going to done by the vSmart. That is the control plane. This is going to manage your all routing. And which routing protocol they support? The only one routing protocol vSmart support,
OMP.
OMP. This is known as the overlay management protocol. Okay. So I hope you guys understand the role of the vBond. I'll explain again in very depth vManage and the vSmart. Any question till here before I move to the devices data plane? All good? Now this will take a decisions whether one device want to talk to another device or not from site A to site B. How? Let's suppose this having the IP address 10.10.10.10. This want to talk 20.20.20.20. This will check the routing table. And who is going to generate the routing table? Which device?
vSmart.
vSmart. So your vSmart is going to tell whether this route is available inside of this router or not, and if available, how to send this to this particular router. So that's why this is going to control all your decisions. Means brain is going to be vSmart. vSmart is going to put your routing tables in your local database in this particular router, and based on that routing table, it will forward traffic via IPsec tunnel. So we'll discuss what is IPsec tunnel. So your data traffic is basically is going to be happen between the router and router. Means they will transmit the data, they will receive the data. That's they are known as the data plane devices. Means actual physical devices where my user are going to be connected, where my server are going to be connected, and based on that user, based on that server, they are going to be just make sure your data is going to be connected from one to another sites. They are going to communicate from one branch to another branch. Clear?
Yes, one question.
Yes.
Like vSmart, vBond, and vManage,
Mhm.
will be we have a separate access or will be controlled by the brain, like as you said, vManage.
Yes. So the everything is going to manage by the vManage only. Everything is just going to manage by the vManage. Means you don't have to do any other different NMS system. vManage itself is going to show all branch sites, means routers, vSmart and vBond and vManage itself. So everything is going to be there. Clear?
Yes.
All right. Now let's do the deep dive one by one, everything. So let me go here. Let's understand first what is the orchestration plane. So if I talk about the orchestration plane, that is my vBond. This vBond is going to be responsible. This vBond is going to be responsible to orchestrate control in management plane. How it is going to be orchestrated? Based on that, their primary checks and validations. Means first point of authentication, whitelist model. Means whatever information you giving to me, most of the time I require two information, that device serial number and certificate. Based on that serial number and certificate, the vBond is going to be basically validate you are the right person or not. If you are not going to validate it, they will never going to distribute your information to the vSmart, vManage or other routers. It will never allow to do any kind of the communications. So simply every device must have to prove their identity to the vSmart very first. Means any new router is going to be installed in the my branch location. This is my R1. They will first reach to the vBond and they will share their certificate, serial number and certificate. These two parameters is going to be very important, and if this is going to be fine, yes, this is the right users, then they will further introduce to the vManage and then further to the vSmart and then again to the other branch locations like branch 1, branch 2, whatever is going to be there. But before it is going to reach any controllers or any branches, they must have to proof identity with the vSmart. That's the it is going to be orchestrate the my control and management plane. Now even new vSmart is coming into picture. Not only the branch location, they first go to the vBond. Even new vBond vManage is coming, right? This also come to the vSmart. Means every device who wish to join this SD-WAN fabric, they must have to go to the vBond first, and the vBond must have to authenticate. If it is not going to authenticate, it is not going to work. It's a simple. Clear? So authentication is going to be very much happen.
For vEdge also?
vEdge also, yes. That's a vEdge, na? The router is a vEdge. vEdge and even the cEdge, both. I'll explain what is a vEdge, what is cEdge. But in case cEdge is Cisco Edge, vEdge is Viptela Edge. So in both scenarios, it is going to be there.
What if initially we don't have any setup, and how the
See,
first device gets authenticated?
I'll explain how we'll do that the all entire setups. We'll start the lab from zero and we'll see how if we don't have the zero setup. So what is the step sequence, how we can build that.
Okay.
So we'll do all these from zero, but try to build your logic from here. Now, they also have some great features. After distributing, they facilitate the NAT reversals. NAT is the one features, right? Let's suppose we'll discuss this also. This VS device behind the NAT device, NAT router. Okay. Here is a private IP address. If you guys have the NAT reversals idea, you can think about. If not, we'll do later on more detailed understanding. This is my public IP address. And some branch directly connected to the public IP. So now they want to build the IPsec tunnels between here. So one side is a public IP address, one side is a private IP address. This is the private IP address. So they will not allow to build the direct tunnel here. So we have to use the NAT feature here. And based on that NAT, this all entry means NAT translation entry is going to manage by your vBond. This also they maintain that all means all NAT IP, public IP, whatever the information they have, they manage by the vBond. So this is the one more features you should know about that. Means if I want to talk about the NAT is going to manage by your vBond. In case my routers are behind of the public IP address, and still I want to form the IPsec tunnel, that is going to manage by my vBond. Clear? They support high availability. Why? Highly resilient and high availability. Let's suppose I have the one vBond 1. If this is going to down, what problem is going to happen? Anyone can guess? If vBond is going to be down, then what problem is going to happen?
Validation not happening.
So any new device you cannot
new
onboard.
device will not go into onboard.
New device you cannot onboard. Old device is going to work, but any new device you want to onboard, it is not going to possible. Clear? So new device onboarding stopped. Is it going to only stop onboarding for the routers or controllers or both?
For all.
Both, sir.
For both, right? Even for the controller, even for the router, it is going to stop that.
Okay, what if the existing one of the device gets rebooted when the vBond is down?
Wait. You just ask your question again.
When the vBond is down and one of the other device got rebooted, how will it again ask for authentication?
Yes, it will ask again authentication. Whenever device is going to repeat, the first they will go for the vBond always.
Okay,
Then it
so
will,
when the vBond is down, that will not get authenticated.
yes, right.
Okay.
It's always going to vBond. Even rebooting, restarting, building, the first TLS DTLS connection is going to be the vBond.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So we have to always make the two vBond 1 and vBond 2. In case it is going to down, still my other branches are keeping authenticating to the other vBond. That's why the highly resilience. Okay, now moving to the next, we have the management plane. This management plane is your vManage. This is also very. Mohit, please mute yourself, man. वरना मैं क्लास से निकाल दूंगा. म्यूट कर लो यार. मोहित. भाई कर लो म्यूट यार. क्यों अनम्यूट कर रहे हो बार बार? कुछ क्वेश्चन है तो पूछ लो, कोई दिक्कत की बात नहीं है. डिस्टर्ब मत करो क्लास को. So what is the vManage? vManage is basically a single pane of glass for day 0, day 1, day 2 operation. So आप लोग भी पूछ रहे थे कि भाई how it is going to build from scratch. So whenever you want to build any fabric for the SD-WAN, the first device need to be onboarded, that is the vBond. The vManage. And then only the other device, even vBond is going to build after that. vSmart is also going to be built after that. So if you want to do any configuration for day 0 for the SD-WAN starting, the first device is going to be part of the fabric, that is the day 0 configuration with the vManage. After that, we can put day 2, day 1 operations for the adding the more controller, more branches. But vManage is going to be there, and that is going to be validated by the vBond later on. But we need to build vManage dashboard, and then we have to make connectivity with the vBond. Then vBond is going to be get some informations by doing your configurations. If it's a Cisco based cloud, then it is going to predefine data which is feeding from the backend, and then they will validate your management plane because they have also some license, some certificate, and some serial number. So this is single pane of glass. Means single pane of glass, that means all thing. Means you can want to do the config, you can do that. You want to do the T-shoot, you can do that. You want to do any kind of monitoring, you can do that. Every information, if you want to do that, that is all possible in your vManage. Clear? It is going to support multi-tenants, right? Centralized provisioning, policy and template. Means this all is going to part of the config. Troubleshooting and monitoring. This all I explain. Software upgrade. You want to do any kind of the software upgradation process, downgrade, upgrade. This all is going to be happen from the vManage only. Means this software upgrade is going to means OS upgradation, downgrade. You want to do that. That is also possible. You want to do the GUI, graphical user interface with the role-based access. RBAC is basically known as the role-based access. This is all is going to happen with my vManage. And also they support the programming interface, that is the REST API, netcon, and also it is going to be highly resilient. Now let's suppose if my one vManage is going to be there, and if it is going to be down, then what is going to be happen? Any guess? What is going to happen? Any idea, guys?
We can't do any configuration.
Yes, that's true.
And also we can't do any troubleshooting or monitoring. But routing will be happening because vSmart is up.
So technically, your all data plane and control plane traffic will be up for the vSmart and vBond. Sites are going to talk to each other, but any new configuration you cannot do that. Any monitoring you cannot do that, right?
Yes, sir.
Any troubleshooting you cannot do that. But your branches will still up and working. Okay? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So this is how it is going to happen. We'll do deep dive understanding on it. So that's why it's going to support the highly resilience as well. Now if I go and next one, that is a control plane. This control plane is very important because This vSmart is going to be responsible for the all routing. Means any routing you want to do that is going to be only done by the vSmart. If there is no vSmart, you cannot do any routing. So facilitate fabric discovery. How? By discovering the routing informations. This is going to facilitate, right? Dissimulate control plane informations between the VS devices. Means how it is going to be dissimulate? This dissimulation is going to be happen based on the your basically any routing you're learning from any source and you're going for the any destinations for any destination for the any other branch location, that all is going to be happen from the this particular vSmart. Dissimulate the control plane information means routing information, any source, any destination from the VH to the CH, it is going to be done by this particular vSmart only. Distribute data plane and the app aware routing and policy to the VH routers. Means it is going to be distributed whatever the policy you are configuring, especially for centralized policy. We'll do later on. Centralized policy. This all is going to be distributed by the vSmart. Implement control plane such as the service chaining and multi-hop policy topology. That all is going to be means routing policy. Everything is going to be done by the your vSmart. And anything like failover is going to be happen. That all is going to be happen by the vSmart. It is also going to be the highly resilience. If this vSmart is single and going to be down, then what is going to be happen? Will the all branches going to lose the routing?
Yes, sir. Because
Will it-
local area network it will communicate, sir. For it won't communicate different branches.
Okay, so here's the catch. Even my vSmart is going to be down. My all routing is going to be stopped. That's true?
Yes.
But it takes 12 hours time, sir, because it will store in local cache.
But there is one feature that is known as the graceful restart, GR feature, graceful restart. That's the feature, graceful restart. In that case, till 12 hour, all router is going to maintain your cache of the last known router. If within the 12 hour, if this is not going to be restored, after that it will declare that your whole fabric is going to be down. But if it is going to be restored within the 12 hour, then it is going to be again start. We'll discuss also in the lab how it is going to happen. But even my vSmart is going to down, immediate my fabric is not going to down. No any new route is going to be injected in the fabric. That's true. But at the same time, it is going to maintain the cache of the routing table due to a graceful restart feature for 12 hours. You can increase that value as well up to 7 days. And if during that time you are not able to resolve your problem, after graceful restart timer is going to be expired, your entire fabric is going to be down. Clear, guys?
Is that a feature of OMP?
Yes, it's a feature of OMP.
Okay.
So we'll discuss that. So that's why it's also going to be highly resilient and is going to be supported. And last and but not least, this is my data plane. This data plane is something where my entire edge routers are going to communicate to another edge router, means one branch to another branch by using this WAN edge router. Provide the secure data plane with the remote edge routers. Establish secure control connections with the vSmart OMP. Implement data plane, application aware routing policy, export performance statistics, leverage traditional routing protocol like OSPF, BGP and VRRP, zero touch deployment, physical and virtual from factor 10 Mbps, 1 GPS, 10 GPS. What does it mean? I mean, this is the routers. These routers are going to make the secure connectivity from one location to another location. How secure? Because they build the IPsec tunnel. So whatever data you are going to do the communication from the branch 1 to branch 2, it is going to be very much secure. Clear? So this is how the IPsec tunnel is going to build, and based on that, they are going to make the communications. it is going to be establish the OMP tunnel. These routers are going to be establish the OMP tunnel for your controllers, vSmart. So means every router is going to build the OMP tunnel. This is the OMP. So router is going to build OMP tunnel with the smart. I'll discuss in detail how this tunnel is going to build. But you can see establish secure OMP tunnel. Why secure? Because this OMP tunnel is going to use the protocol that is a DTLS or TLS. Inside DTLS and TLS, the OMP tunnel is going to build. So these are the like datagram transport layer security and transport layer security. This is the layer 4 secure tunnel. And if you're going to use a layer 4 secure tunnel, that means your end-to-end everything is going to be very much secure. And that's why it is going to be always secure. Also, it is going to be implement data plane application of routing. Means whatever the policy you are going to configure on the vSmart, that policy is going to push to your edge routers, and these routers are going to be responsible to make sure that policy is going to be rightly applied, and it is going to process when data traffic is going to come from the LAN and want to go on the WAN. Clear? So that is going to happen in this section, and it is also going to give the performance statistics. Means whatever the interface connected here, you want to build the utilization report, you want to bring how my overall application is performing, what the bandwidth they are consuming, how many like routing tables and route are active in my routing tables. Means any data you want to bring, top talker results, right, top application results, top user result. So every information you're going to export from the vEdge router directly by logging the dashboard. And the great features, if I want to leverage my OSPF BGP, means in LAN, if my running the OSPF or BGP routing protocol, right, these also going to supported by the my vEdge router. It's not support the HSRP, okay, no support. They not support the EIGRP, CA support, but this not support. They not support the RIP. They not support the ISIS, but they support the VRRP, OSPF and BGP and static routing. So if you want to configure the static routing in LAN and in WAN, you want to build the OMP, they are going to still carry the route by doing the redistributions. Means if the VRRP is not going to redistribute it, OSPF route can be redistributed in the OMP, OMP can be redistributed in the OSPF, BGP in the OMP, OMP in the BGP, static can be redistributed in the OMP. So it leverages the traditional routing protocols, and it supports the means their redistribution as well. Now, this can be deployed as zero trust. We have to understand how zero trust provisioning is going to happen. Means we just have to connect LAN and WAN and give the power supply to the router. It is going to just make the fabric on and working. That is also going to be supported. And this can be physical and virtual, different interfaces. So I hope you guys understand these all 4 things. Now we have to deploy the labs, start building the controllers. But any questions, please let me know till here. Any doubt about the orchestration plane, management plane, control plane, data plane?
The grace restart, if we change from 12 hours to 7 days, how long it will take the change to be deployed?
I didn't understand, Rakesh. Can you come again?
You said like we can change the grace restart period from 12 hours.
Graceful timer. Yes, we can change.
So if we change that, how much time it will take to check the change to be in effect?
Immediately. Means by default is going to be 12 hour. It's already enabled, right? 12 hour is going to be already enabled. Hold on. Okay. So 12 hour is going to be immediately enabled, but you want to extend up to 7 days. So you have to change the timer by doing the configuration. You have to go in the OMP configuration, and under OMP you have to change the GR timer value. So the timer is going to be immediately activated, no?
Okay, during these 7 days, if there is a change in any routing table, will it update
No,
or
no.
okay?
Means whatever the legacy routing is there, it is going to be same intact till 7 days. Okay. If making any modification, vSmart is not getting the update, so it will never going to give the routers.
Okay.
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 Clear?
Okay.
Sir, one more thing. So in case of we have single vPhone, if it's down, so we discussed that it will take like 12 hours or what the
Not
time.
vBond. Let me correct you.
No,
It's
sorry,
vSmart.
vSmart, yes.
Mhm.
So vSmart or vManage, if we have a multiple vSmart, vBond, and how they will communicate? They have a shared database because see,
Yeah,
we
we
can.
have to build the redundancy and we have to make the connectivity. So what happened? Hold on, let me explain. So what happened? Let's suppose this is my, let me use different pen. Give me 1 second, guys. So if I have the vManage, okay, I have another vManage. So we have to make the vManage cluster. We have to build the cluster. So whatever database is available, that is going to be same here, right? Clear? That similarly, if I have the vBond, that is going to be act as a cluster, and that is going to be one primary vManage, vBond. Whatever database is there, that is going to sync here as well. And similarly, we have the vSmart. They're going to be in cluster mode, and it is going to again work in the HA. So primary is going to be one, secondary is going to be another. In case of this is going to be down, all tunnel are going to be built on the secondary, and they have the complete routing informations. So when we build the clusters for the high availability in cluster, you just know like HSRP and VRRP, right? You guys know about, right? If you're going for the HSRP
Yes,
and VRRP,
yes, yes. So it
we
means that we will use some vPIPs.
no, there is no vPIP. They are going to different method. There is no vPIP.
Oh.
There is no vPIP. They have the clustering method. Means we have to just give the two vSmart in the same fabric. You have to add it. I'll show you how it is going to happen. Okay. Means when you go in the vBond vManage dashboard, you have to add two vBond here. Sorry, two vSmart here, vSmart 1 and vSmart 2. Okay. They are in the same organization, same domain. So they all are going to build a tunnel with the, let's suppose this is my branch. I'm giving one of the example. So this is a branch router. Means this is the edge router. So this edge router is going to build the tunnel. Let's suppose this is the OMP tunnel. Okay. And this is the OMP tunnel. OMP. This vSmart also going to build OMP tunnel to each other. OMP is going to build between the vSmarts or between the from the branch to the vSmart. If I have another branch here, let's suppose this is the branch 2. This is the edge router, right? Again, these branch, this is also going to build the OMP tunnel from here. Okay. This is also going to build the OMP tunnel. This is the OMP tunnel. And this is the OMP tunnel. But these branches are not going to build the OMP tunnel. These branches are going to communicate via the
IPsec.
IPsec. So branch are going to be always targeted to IPsec. BFD tunnel is going to be there, but OMP is going to build here. So primarily, which vSmart is going to be active state? The vSmart having the system IP address. We'll discuss in the next class what is system IP address. So which one is going to be? You can set the priority as well. as per your wish, but by default which having the lower system IP, it will become the active serving, and this is going to be act as a passive. Clear? So this vSmart is going to serve this all routing. If it is going to be down, it will come in a active state. Clear? I will explain how it is going to happen.
Yeah. So also one more. Sorry, but this is my actually I have some confusion over here. So vManage, we have to install. I add all the devices, right? vSmart, multiple vSmart, vBond, and all the vEdges, right?
Right.
So if we have a multiple vManage, so we have to manually add all those devices to other vManage.
You just required two vManage, right? vManage
So
one.
as a best practice, one will be enough, or
No, two, or maximum three. You can use that. If you have the wider regions, you can use the three. So best practice is going to be two, or you can use the three. So in one vManage, you have to add all controllers. How many controller? Three devices only.
three devices. So ये सारे same subnet में होंगे, or could be in a different subnet?
I'll do the configuration. मैं दिखाऊंगा ना करके, थोड़ा रुकना पड़ेगा थोड़ा सा, ठीक है? So I will show in the next class how it is going to happen, because configuration will start. So vManage itself is going to be there, and vSmart and vBond. ये चाहिए ना आपको, तीन चीज चाहिए, हो गया? दूसरे भी तीन ही करना आपको ऐड, vSmart, vBond and vManage, and these two are going to be part of the cluster. इनको हमें cluster build करना पड़ेगा आपस में. So the all database is going to be exchanged. ठीक है?
Okay. So एक vSmart, एक vBond.
हाँ, राइट. सो ज्यादा नहीं करना है, तीन भी है तो कितना होगा, इतना तो करना पड़ेगा ना व्हेन यू बिल्ड द फैब्रिक.
Thank you.
Alright, so I believe we are good for today. It's a good start, at least theoretically understand. In next class we have to do more about the theoretical stuffs. Alright?
I have one question.
Yes, Rakesh.
So when you said like we can also convert the physical routers to SD-WAN compatible by upgrading the iOS. So during that time, it will be running on either OSPF or BGP or static. So how does the routes convert to OMP?
No. Actually, what happened? The process is going to be a little bit different. Let me tell you. Migration process, how it happened. So let's suppose this is my vManage, right? This is my vSmart. This is my vBond. This is the control plane you build in the, let's suppose, Cisco cloud, right? Now you have a two scenario. This is the new branch. New branch one. So new branch is there. Then you have to purchase the new router, and that is going to be your Viptela routers. Make sense, right? Take an example.
Okay.
This is the vEdge one. So this required the ISP link. You terminate here, and you make this ISP termination. Let's suppose it's also connecting in the all controller. Take an example, high level. So we have to build first the under eligibility, then they're going to talk to the controller and they build the complete fabric. This is the new branch. It's a clear fresh router, all configuration new, it is going to support. This can be vEdge, or if this is the cEdge, suppose this router is a cEdge, then what is going to happen? If you are going to purchase the cEdge router, that means you are going to purchase the ASR 1000. So you have to upgrade the image, SD-WAN image, right?
Right.
So you upgrade the image, that means there is no configuration. You just connect the WAN cable as per the predefined configuration, which I will tell you how it is going to happen when I just convert these all things. Then it is going to support your SD-WAN without any problem. Till now it's clear. In case of the new.
Yes.
Now you have the another branch. Let's suppose this is the branch 2. And this branch 2 have already legacy router running here. That is a R2. It's a ISR 4431. Clear? This router is running. So 4431. This router is already running in WAN it's running the BGP, and RAN running the EIGRP OSPF. This is what you're talking, right?
Yes, yes.
And you want to connect in the fabric. So very first thing, you want to migrate any branch to the SD-WAN, your all configuration will be the erased. All config will be the erased. You have to build all configuration from the scratch. It will not convert the configuration, because the moment you convert you just put the iOS, right? Let's suppose you are going to put the iOS of the SD-WAN. This router have the two iOS. Means this router is going to support your normal router mode, and that is going to support as a SD-WAN router. So normal router configuration, even in case the configuration is going to be there, this configuration is not going to relevant to build the SD-WAN fabric. So you have to go a special configuration mode, SD-WAN configuration mode. There is a special command. You want to go any configuration, you have to go in the special command. When you upgrade the iOS, you have to go in the SD-WAN configuration mode. Under the SD-WAN configuration mode, you have to configure your WAN circuit again here. So your WAN circuit is going to be configured. So you just have to configure your WAN circuits, and you have to build your underlay connectivity. Might be you have taken the circuit from the AT&T, or might be the Jio or Airtel, any. So you have to make the underlay, and then you have to build the OMP tunnels or control connections. And then your LAN, you have to do the configuration completely new under the VRF. If in the cEdge router, not VPN. VPN is going to vEdge, the service LAN. VPN configuration is going here VRF. So all your global routing is going to be wipe out, or it is going to be there, but it is going to be irrelevant for you. Okay, Rakesh?
Okay, okay.
So I will show you. It's not like going to be convert that the configuration. Okay, so guys, I believe we are good, right, for today? Any questions? Anyone have else? No? Chalo fir. Let's enjoy Dhanteras festival seasons and see you again next class. Thank you guys. Bye bye. Take
Thank
care.
you.
Thank you everyone.
Thank you.
Happy Diwali to all. See you again. Bye bye.
Happy